Good evening, Pioneers, and welcome to just about the very end of our Satisfactory and 40 playthrough. I think we're going to do two more episodes, one in which I just kind of keep doing what I was doing last episode, get some more power, try to build the things a little bit faster, and then as we get into finishing the game, we'll kind of talk about some things that went right and some things that went wrong in this playthrough, because definitely not everything went right. I think we did, well, we'll see, but I think we did hit our goal of finishing in 40 hours. But let's talk about what I could do better next time around, and what could have been avoided, etc., etc. So first off, let's just make sure before we start goofing around that we got enough like pressure cubes and whatnot and all of these things. Obviously these things are pretty easy to tend to because they don't really require that many parts. Well, we're definitely getting low on our copper powder here. So maybe let's find some stuff to sink. Let's see what we got. Don't need that anymore. What about over here? Turbo motors, I actually want to keep some just in case we feel like we need to. These I'll take. And once again, we're kind of going scorched earth on everything, and those. Alright. And then also, let's see, I have one summer sloop left. Cool.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value.
I do want to turn HMFs back on. I noticed that the only thing I think we could conceivably run out of right now, and again, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, is nitrogen-infused frames. And I think we turned these off like ages ago. Looks like we're finally ran out of circuit boards. And if I recall, I think I disconnected the frames from the HMF line at one point. Yeah, I did. Alright, structure. And we'll do some alien DNA. All right. I think the next order of business is to go get some more. You know what? I actually need this sloop, so I'm gonna wait until these are done. I think I want to go get some more packaged rocket fuel while we're waiting. I think it's pretty self-evident why copper powder is a good thing to buy. To keep up with just one particle accelerator, 150 per minute, you know, especially when you start beefing it up. I mean, it requires like one full copper node. Because like we have, how many do we have incoming right now? And I mean, that's as much as we can make out of that thing. Like 10 per second. Yeah, so it's a really I mean it's a really cheap recipe in the sense that, you know, it's just copper, but it does take a lot of work. Doing this, let's go get some RC components. Let's see, in here? Yeah. Basically, the only things we need right now are fused frames and these. These, redistribute them. I suppose while we're here, definitely should make some explosive rebar. So let's talk about what we didn't use. We never made a gas filter. Well, we did to tear up one thing, or iodine. So we never used the gas pack, gas mask, or the hazmat, because I knew I wouldn't be staying long. So all these little gas pillars, I knew that I could just destroy them from above with my explosive rebar, and I didn't intend to hang out there for any bit longer than I did. We're not doing nuclear, so, you know, once again, anytime I was around radiation, it was only for a few seconds. We did not use the rifle. We unlocked it because we had to unlock something in the MAM later. The rifle's really good. I actually really like it. The homing ammo is fun to use. It's really good against hatchers. Turbo ammo is insanely good if you're planning on fighting a lot of things. But turbo ammo also requires to be made in like a refinery, and so it requires a little bit of setup. What I like about explosive rebar is that it pretty much does the trick, and it's pretty easy to just get like a certain amount of smokeless powder that you need and just go from there. The Noblisk, we obviously unlocked it really early. We used it for a few things. Don't use it too much for fighting. It's a little awkward. It's not bad, but once you get the explosive rebar, I think you're good. Let's see. What else? Okay. These, and we'll get some more copper powder. Hello, Snowy. All right, so let's go traveling to some areas we haven't been to too much and see if we can find some, no, you know what, before we do that, let's go get some, aluminum and, some more packaged rocket fuel because we don't want our drone to, run out of that no matter what. I think that would be the only thing that could, like, truly screw us over at this point, would be for the power to shut down, like catastrophically. And by that, I mean, like, just be, like, so far behind on sulfur and coal that, you know, we have a hard time getting everything back on. Speaking of things we could have done better, definitely could have done a better job on our aluminum factory. This is a fucking nightmare, pardon my language. And I think that on my next playthrough that I would either grind out the alternate recipes or actually spend some time balancing this one. The good thing about the alternate recipes is that they really don't require a lot of balance. So, like, you know, one of the recipes essentially eliminates the silicon component. In other words, the component where you need silicon to go in. So, and then you can just sink the silica or use it if you want to. But the whole putting silica back into the system is makes it a little bit more difficult to balance. Of course, it's possible, but with as far as our silica was away, it was not ideal. So yeah, I probably would have spent more time with that. Let's make sure our drone still has some fuel. It looks like he's either coming back. Yeah, he's good. So yeah, I definitely missed having the definitely missed having some of the alt recipes for silica, and mostly pure aluminum scrap or pure aluminum ingot and sloppy alumina. I think are the two that I definitely was feeling. Alright, once this is done, we need to go find some more shards. There's really no point in building a million of these things if we don't have shards. It just will take too long, and we really don't have that much longer. Okay, so let's see. I don't think we really went over here too much. Maybe in a cave or something. I don't know. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's a yellow one. We'll take it. A lot of these you can just grab from. Maybe not all of them. I do like where we built our main power plant. That was somewhat unexpected and I thought worked pretty nice. I've never built there before. I usually head over to the blue crater to build, but I just kind of felt like that was going to take a while. And wanted to try it over here and see. Oh, we already got this one. I would say if you're doing a challenge like this, yeah, we did go over here. What am I talking about? Probably the most important thing is to get Blade Runners really early. Yeah, I guess we got all this stuff. All right. Hey, this is nice though. Blade Runners just save so much time. Something in here.
The void arms and void metals and desecrated temples follow a mythic melody.
Oh, you understand.
The tapestry unraveled, revealed its texture. Your veins weave familiar patterns, your vessels grow organs and eyes and mouths, and ripples lap against our windows.
Was it intentional?
All that is shallow shall sing our deep song, and when the windows break the void shall be a metal grave.
Oh, you guys and your little nonsense talk. A pure bauxite there. I'm basically just looking for slugs right now that I skipped over. God, I really can't get over how beautiful this map is sometimes when I'm just flying around exploring.
Witness a single strand of tapestry. Defile the scripture.
We did never get inhalers and stuff. I would recommend doing that. I was just lazy. It honestly makes the game a lot easier. Here we get this one. I end up usually just using a little bacon agaric to heal up, but inhalers are awesome. Anything? Yeah. Lots of nuclear hogs around here that I don't really want to mess with. I see you, but I bet you have a lot of friends over there too. Maybe just the one. Another thing, I think I did this at some point, but you can sneak up on these hatchers, and they'll never see you. So like, I could just be right here, but the other thing is you could just beat them and they won't wake up either. Which is pretty nice. Alright, let's head back. On the subject of battery backup, not that anyone asked. Okay, so if I was doing a real for reals playthrough where like I was gonna build a big massive structure and not go all scorched earth on the end of it and just start cannibalizing it to get tickets, I probably would do battery backup. But the reason I didn't this playthrough is because I know that even if the power grid shuts down, it's going to be as a direct result of something that I just did. So, in other words, if I crash the power grid because I put another shard in the, I put another shard in the particle accelerators, the power grid is going to shut off. But since the particle accelerator takes so much energy, all I need to do is take that shard off, put it on standby, and just flip the switch, and I'm back online. Let's see how this guy's doing. You're pretty full. Good on you. Now, if you have modular factories like all over the map, this is not a good idea. Because when you crash the power grid, it's going to be harder to just flip a switch and restart it, especially if you have no, I need quick wire. Especially if you have multiple power facilities that require some power to start up. And there's nothing wrong with battery backup at all. It just felt unnecessary for this playthrough. If you notice, every time we crashed the power grid, it was pretty easy for us to get it back online. Once we get some more shards, we can build some more fuel generators. There's nothing wrong with just building fuel generators and not sharding them, but you can see the footprint is so much smaller. It's essentially putting 3 fuel generators inside of one. Now, I know lots of people build really pretty buildings and big fuel power plants. I'm so envious of people that do that. I will say that I'm aphantasic, which means I can't make mental images in my head. It's a real thing. So building things that are pretty are really difficult for me. Like, I can build something if I'm copying it, but on my own, I basically, like, if you told me to build, like a factory that, maybe you saw in real life, I have, like, no clue what that means. I have a concept of a factory, I know what a factory is, I know what they sort of tend to look like, but I can't actually see it in my head. So, as a result, I tend not to build very pretty things. I enjoy more the puzzle aspect of these types of games, and I am so not exactly envious of people that can do that, because we all have our things that we are good at, or things that are a little bit more difficult for us. But yeah, for me, that is like just a bridge too far. I really like. I hesitate to say that I can't do something, but I really can't. That said, I can keep lots of numbers in my head and you know, figure out layouts of factories and stuff like that to be efficient and whatnot. Although even that I don't take extraordinarily seriously either. Like I didn't balance any of this. I just kind of had a general sense of, you know, how much I needed and went from there. Let me get some rubber for... Alright, I still see nuclear pasta going in, so that's good, but let's take a look and see where we're at with the copper powder. Alright, what can we sink? Man, there's lots of stuff we can sink. No, we need those. Oh. We should still be making supercomputers. I think we could sink some of those. Otherwise, we are going to be running out of copper powder pretty soon. We can sink those. Let's go get our copper powder down here. Oh, I think one thing that I would do that do a little differently, and this kind of plagues me through honestly all of my playthroughs and every factory game that I play, is let's take this this copper factory as an example. I had been saying, like, I need to upgrade this, or not upgrade it, I need to build it out for, like, however long. And I never did, right? I think you're almost always better off, the minute it occurs to you to do something, do it. Because, you're gonna eventually do it, and you're just gonna waste all this downtime where it's not producing, and then you're going to be a sad panda. So if I had built that copper powder, well, even just copper, like when we needed copper sheets and even more simple stuff, you know, all that would have added up. Would have added up into tickets, it would have added up into something. And if you noticed, I didn't have a sink the entire game for like our sushi belt line. One thing I'm really happy about that I think I did well is that I wasn't sinking a ton of materials.
Value plus fix-it stock value.
Really ever. And that's a good feeling. That feels like, you know, I was being fairly efficient in what I was producing and not wasting too much stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take these. Oh, yeah. Have more coming in? Yeah, we do. Throw you in there. Now what about Choose modular frames. So in we're out of HMFs. Oh, here they come. Okay, cool. So that's a really good thing in a lot of ways, but, you know, we'll starve for tickets right now, whereas normally I have enough tickets to buy all that copper powder that I want, basically. Alright, let's get some modular frames out of here. Should be right in here. Oh no, you know what? I want to do this. Just for a second. Just to get these into the hopper for frames, because that's really all I need them for. All right, cool. Now let's go build some more power. And then, if I had one piece of philosophy that would sum up my playstyle, not that anyone cares, but if anyone did, it would be this. Whenever you get stuck, immediately stop what you're doing. Especially if you're building a factory. Just stop and start building machines. This is for people who feel like they're not progressing fast enough or they don't know what to do next. This is not for people that are building amazing, awesome, super cool bases. If you're trying to get through the game and you're like, I'm just so overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, stop doing whatever you're doing. Figure out what the next part is on the space elevator. Build machines to build it. And then, you know, you don't need to set up this amazing logistics thing right away. Just wait. Start hand feeding. Okay? Start, start filling some industrial containers and shooting them in there. No one's gonna get mad at you. Nobody cares. And then when you get a better handle on what you need to do, then you can start worrying about all the logistics and things like that. See how this thing is holding up. That's looking pretty stable now. Down a little. This is the only thing I ever use industrial containers for. Mostly as just a counter. And you have some nice little details down here. Fill rate, how much is coming in, drain rate, net, we're going up. And then we go down. And So I think we're basically using all the rocket fuel that we're producing on this line, pretty much. Idle. I think that's probably actually because, oh, this guy's, right. So this is using exactly how much sulfur we have, yes. Yes, we have 300 coming in. All right, so let's go take a look at, I'll look at over here. So I feel like we should have definitely some more can't do anymore. This will just give us an idea if we're going up or down. These things are annoying. I don't think you can kill them. What about the chainsaw? Of course I have no biofuel. I'll save that for another day. Oh, wow. That was ridiculous. Okay. I just destroyed all my... that was 9. And then I think we had 6 and 7. Okay. Let's see. This is still filling up. I used to use these buffers a lot more. The reason I don't is because I think they give you a false sense of security, but it definitely has some good uses. But if you're just kind of winging shit like I do, then you might go, oh, this system is working well. And then you come back and the buffer is empty or whatever. And it just sort of delays the inevitable on a system that's not working, especially something like Illumina. I also think that it adds to some sloshing. So sometimes if you're like trying to, you know, sort your aluminum excess water and you put it into one of those industrial containers, you might get it like sloshing back into what you don't want it to go into. And there's ways to do this, like with valves and everything like that, to solve for those. Again, totally valid to use it, but those are the reasons I don't. So if the thing's not working, if it's not working without the buffer, it's not going to work with the buffer. That will never happen. All right, so it looks like we're getting a little low on nitrogen gas, which makes sense. We can always go get some more if we need to. And it looks like these guys are getting prioritized on the nitrogen gas. All right. Let's go back down and see if we can get another couple ticks on our particle accelerators. Another thing I'd like to talk about is, you know, there are people that have worlds, you know, if you've ever been on the Steam forums, especially in this game. Why do I only have 121 rocket fuel today? I don't know. You'll know that whenever a patch dropped, especially in like early access or something like that, you know, some people will get their whole worlds deleted or changed or whatever, and they'd be upset. I will say that there's something really freeing about knowing that the minute this world is done, I'm going to delete it. Or that, you know, this is just a one playthrough of many that I'll do in the future. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's only 40 hours. Like, how many hours have I sunk into this game? You know, probably about 700 at this point. And that's not even, you know, it's not even close to some of the games I play the most. So I guess what I'd say is, don't worry about it. You know, if your goal is to build a huge mega factory, do that. If your goal is to just beat the game, do that. Don't let anyone tell you that there's a right or wrong way to play. This is certainly not the right way probably for most people.
Thank you for purchasing a license for these Fix-It Awesome Shop products.
But for me, it's fun. Okay, we are definitely going to go have to build copper powder out. I think we're going to get into a situation where I don't even want to... have any summer sloops? We don't. If I were to shard it up, I actually think I'm going to be falling behind on powder, so I think what we do is go take everything we have and go put it into powder. It was funny because I go on Reddit a lot for games I like and stuff like that. Yeah, I know. So a lot of people don't like Reddit. It's fine. And I remember the first time I, got through 1.0, it took me about, I don't know, 100 hours or so. And I played really slowly and diligently, and I even tried to build some things along the way, which of course was, a nightmare. Alright, so we are going to take all of this out, and all of this out. All of this out. Actually, these can just do copper powder. Okay, so what we're gonna do here okay. We don't care how fast this stuff goes. We know these machines aren't going to keep up with it. We just want to make sure the outbound is going fast enough. Okay, what the heck's happening here? Let's see. Get rid of you. Alright, so let's get all the wire out of the system. And then let's just take all the ingots we stopped. and put them into this system. Just put them right in here. Everything's going through there. But we are going to have to bulk up the belts a little bit. Alright. So now these should be going through. And once everything gets where it's going, it's going to be pretty fast. There's clearly something wrong here. That's it. All right. Okay. Once we clean out all the wire on this system, we'll hook it up to our main bus. Let's go down here too. Well, it looks like we haven't shut down yet. Maybe those two have, yeah. That sucks. You got 23. All right, let's feed some stuff. Nothing in here. Alright, we're going to wrap this one up here, and then for our last episode, hopefully we'll have everything mostly on autopilot, and we can just chill and get it done. I suppose going hunting would probably be my best option to get more points.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fixed stock value.
Now, the question is, can we go up one notch on our power? I think we can. Although I don't think it necessarily matters, because we don't have enough powder to do that. But let's just see if it's possible. So we'll wait for one cycle to go through here. So this is going to want to go to 15k instead of 10. And I think the highest we got between the two is 3940 and yeah, 13,000. So we should be all right. A bit like a ghost town over here. So do we have anything good in here? Just that? Alright, let's go back and grab our Oh, one thing I definitely would have done if this was a more for real playthrough is I would have doubled up all of these belts. So that, by that I mean building a belt on top of this, so that I keep saying a for real playthrough. That's stupid. A more permanent playthrough. What's up, bud? Yeah, why? What's going on? I think what we want to do is just get rid of a bunch of these machines. Because these are all... This is definitely something you want to load balance a little bit. Because these each need 300 per minute. Obviously, we don't have that much coming in, so it'd be better not to split it all between a bunch of different machines. Like, legit, we need 4 machines. Alright, everything going through, everything going through. Yeah, copper powder is... It's so weird because it's obviously so simple to build, but it is such a enormous investment. In terms of just like raw resources, you know? Look at that, this rubber isn't even putting a dent. Okay, so the power didn't blow, which is cool, but we are out of copper powder, essentially. We'll definitely have to address that soon. Oh, no. Actually, let me take a couple of these. Yeah, I think we might have to go hunting next game. Or next sesh. I don't know how these go. Alright guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here, and we'll get back to the next episode and flip this thing. So, here we are. We're at 37 hours and 22 minutes, so we've got 2.5 hours to make 200. I think we can do it. Alright, peace out everybody. Bye.